Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be building the giveaway for the channel, the knife/letter opener. When I was making this part, I had a couple interesting little things happen with the 1/4" carbide. One, it friction welded steel to the actual carbide and actually sheared the bottom of it off. And so I figured that with the current feeds and speeds I had figured out, it wasn't suitable. So I replaced it with the 1/8" 3 fluid carbide end mill, and it worked pretty good, and it cut out all the parts I need to. There was a few drag issues here and there, and I'm sure you'll see that. I'll probably leave that in there just because it's a good learning experience for everybody. Hope you enjoy and watch the video. Now that you saw the machining process, here's what it looks like after I cut it out of the bandsaw. Looks like my 1/8" steel isn't quite at H10th, and well, that's fine. I'll measure it for the next two. Now we're going to go on to belt sanding this. It's a small part, so I'm just going to wear gloves. I know you're not really supposed to around power tools, but I'll be careful. I will be wearing this mask. You don't want to be breathing in the metal chunks that come off the belt sander between the actual aluminum oxide particles that come off the belt itself. Well, this will also be making a bunch of tiny little sparks and little things. And personally, I don't like snorting out little pieces of black steel out of my nose for the next week. So you'll see me in this PPE on, and this just so I don't get a bunch of shavings in my shirt. So over to the belt sander and we'll get to it. So this is what it looks like right now. I'm going to move to hand sanding probably for the rest of it. So let me get set up on the hand sander and we'll get back. Alright, let's get some sanding done here. Just basically a whole lot of this until it's where you want it. So I like to start with the splats. Knock off all the burrs. And then get the flats on the back face all straightened out. So cleaning this all up will take a little bit because I got a few divots in here from apprentice marks with the mill. So I will cut back in when I've gotten it to a suitable state to show. For you it'll be a few seconds. For me it's probably going to be about a half hour of sanding. Alright, I think I've done enough handwork on this for the day. Pretty pleased with most of it. The only area I need to work on some more is right here. And I honestly don't know how much I'm going to put into that part, because I'm still not sure if I want to wrap this with 550 cord or not, and if I do, that's not going to be exposed as it is. So I don't know, I'll probably do it just for OCD purposes, and just to clean up that line there. But overall it fits nice. It actually balances pretty close to the logo, which is kind of nice. And overall it's pretty light, so tomorrow I'll probably finish cleaning that up and start putting the bevels on it. And then we have the heat treating. For the heat treating, I'm not particularly sure what I want to do yet. I thought about trying to put some clay on the back side here and get a cool like Hammond look to it, but I'm not sure yet. So play by ear. I do have ferric acid here, so if I did do that I can dip it, but I'm also not sure if I want to get some cold blue and blue the thing or not, or just keep it in the white. So I'm not sure yet, so we'll find out. So pick this up tomorrow and hopefully get it finished tomorrow. Alright, and we're back. It's Friday morning, my stomach's full of biscuits and gravy, and here was the progress from yesterday, or was the day before? I can't remember, it's been a couple days since I started working on this. I got two major steps left on this blade. The first being I need to finish cleaning up this underside here a little bit more, make the line straight and get rid of some of these ridges. And then I need to cut the bevels on the blade. And then depending on the winner's preference, I will either leave it as is and that's just a letter opener, or I will finish the blade and heat treat it before I send it off. So here's where we're at so far. It's looking pretty good. Nice little novelty blade. I mean, I wouldn't use it for anything serious. It's an overglorified letter opener, really. But in a pinch, you could use it. It's actually pretty balanced, so you could probably use it as a throwing knife if I had made this a single point with a double-sided blade on it. But I didn't. Maybe I'll try one of those in the future. I got this other chunk of steel here I could try it on. But for now, I'm just gonna finish this up and take you along while I finish grinding in the little hand grooves there and making everything all ready for the main bevels. So I'm gonna get set up and then I'll get the camera back on. Alright, so I got the main bevel ground in, and it's pretty close to being lined up. I might have to rise this up slightly, but I want to let this cool down a little. It's getting a little warm, and then once I get that fully up, I gotta probably go up maybe like maybe a 1/16 of an inch up on the line there. And then I'll reset the jig here to do this angle right here, get the front of the blade. So I'm going to let this cool down for a few minutes, drink some water, and be back in a jiffy. Alright, now that we got the basic profile cut, now we get to do, you guessed it, more sanding. So since that was already the same grit as this guy, I'm just going to start with the higher grit. And at this point we're just polishing. What that will do is, not only does it take the burrs away, it also cleans up the edge. And the better you get this edge before heat treatment, the better off you'll be, because you will be able to clean the approximately half hour or so. So instead of me watching me do this for the next half hour, through the magic of YouTube editing, you will see what it looks like after I'm done sanding it. Now I'm not looking to do like a perfect paper slice, I just want to make sure that I can cut cleanly without tearing. And I think we're almost there. Here, I'm going to try a new piece. This piece is getting small. And that's it, sharp enough to the point we're at right now. I think at this point we could safely call this a letter opener. And then depending on the winner, if they want it to be heat treated and sharpened, I will do that. But for now, I think that'll about do it until I know which way I'm finishing it up. So, about the only difference between where I'm at now and a final product is some 2000 grit paper just to make everything nice and polished. I'm not going to do that right now until I know if I need to heat treat it or not, because I'm not going to do that twice. So, this is the knife building video. I hope you liked it, and remember, even on this video, you still have a chance to win this knife. So if you, sorry, I had a little burr there I needed to clean up. So if you like my content, please don't hesitate to send some messages and subscribe and hit the little bell button so you can get updates when I post. And can't remember if I said subscribe or not. I'm too busy taking that burr out. Anyways, if you could please subscribe, give it a like if you liked it, download if you don't like it, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Goodbye.